Spending thousands on car repairs while your neighbor's 15-year-old Toyota still runs like new? There's a reason some cars hit 300,000 miles, while others barely make it past 100,000. Today we're breaking down the 10 cheapest cars that last forever. These aren't just reliable, they're the vehicles mechanics admit they rarely see broken down in their shops. Number 10, 2006 to 2011 Honda Civic. The Civic needs no introduction, but this specific generation deserves your attention. Between 2006 and 2011, Honda built what many consider the sweet spot of reliability and affordability. Inside the engine bay sits a naturally aspirated 1.8-liter four-cylinder. No turbo complications, no direct injection carbon buildup, just a proven power plant that thrives on neglect. Pair it with Honda's 5-speed automatic or 6-speed manual, and you've got a drivetrain combination that regularly sees 250,000 miles without requiring internal work. The beauty of these Civics? Parts are everywhere and cheap. Your local AutoZone stocks everything. Any mechanic can work on them blindfolded. Oil changes cost $35. Brake jobs run $150. There's no specialized tools, no proprietary software, just straightforward maintenance that keeps costs predictable. On the used market, expect to pay $4,500 to $7,000 for clean examples. That's Toyota money without the Toyota tax. And when something eventually does break, you'll spend half what you'd pay on a modern car with complex electronics and turbocharged engines. Number 9, 2003 to 2008 Hyundai Elantra. While everyone fights over Civics and Corollas, driving up prices, the Elantra sits quietly in the corner, ignored, undervalued, and ready to run for another decade. This generation uses Hyundai's 2.0-liter beta engine. It's not fancy, it doesn't make headlines, but it does something more important. It starts every morning and doesn't break. These engines are simple four-cylinder designs without the complexity that plagues modern cars. No turbochargers to fail, no direct injection issues, just basic proven engineering. Here's the real advantage. You can find these for $2,500 to $4,000 in decent condition. That's half the price of a comparable Civic, and you're getting similar reliability. The market hasn't caught on yet, which means savings for informed buyers. Fuel economy hovers around 28 city, 35 highway. Maintenance is DIY friendly if you're inclined, and professional repairs won't drain your account. Hyundai built these during their prove ourselves era, and the quality shows. Owners regularly report 180,000 to 220,000 miles with only routine maintenance, oil changes, brake pads, the occasional alternator or starter. The interior won't win design awards, but it's functional and holds up well. Climate controls work. Power windows keep functioning. The seats don't collapse after 100,000 miles like some budget competitors. This is a car built for the long haul, not the showroom floor. Insurance rates stay low because it's not a theft target. Registration fees remain minimal, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get most of your money back because these depreciate slowly in the bottom of the market. It's not glamorous transportation, it's smart transportation. Number 8, 2006 to 2011 Mazda 3. Most people don't think Mazda when they think reliable. That's their loss and your opportunity. The Mazda 3 from this era combines dependability with something most budget cars lack: genuine driving enjoyment. While the Corolla puts you to sleep and the Civic plays it safe, the Mazda 3 actually makes commuting tolerable. The base 2.0-liter engine is rock solid. It's the same MZR power plant Mazda co-developed with Ford, found in millions of vehicles worldwide. If you can find one with a manual transmission, you've got a combination that's nearly unbreakable. The 5-speed manual is smooth, precise, and known to last well over 200,000 miles without issues. What sets the Mazda 3 apart is build quality. The doors close with a solid thunk. The steering feels connected to the road. The suspension absorbs bumps without feeling floaty. These are details most cheap cars ignore, but Mazda got it right. Now, there's one caveat: rust. If you're shopping in Michigan, upstate New York, or anywhere road salt is heavily used, inspect the rear wheel arches and rocker panels carefully. Mazda's rust protection in this generation wasn't great, but find a clean southern or western example, and you're looking at a car that'll hit 200,000 miles without major mechanical issues. Maintenance costs mirror the Civic: cheap parts, easy repairs, no surprises. Expect to pay between $4,000 and $6,500 depending on mileage and condition. For that price, you're getting a car that handles like something twice as expensive. Number 7, 2009 to 2013 Toyota Matrix. If you need cargo space but can't afford an SUV, the Toyota Matrix solves that problem while delivering legendary Toyota reliability. Under the hood sits the same 1.8-liter engine found in the Corolla. That's important because this engine has a proven track record of exceeding 250,000 miles with nothing more than oil changes and timing chain tensioner replacements. No timing belt to worry about, just a chain that lasts the life of the engine when properly maintained. The Matrix is essentially a Corolla wagon, which means you get all the benefits of Toyota's bulletproof engineering in a more practical package. The rear seats fold flat, creating 53 cubic feet of cargo space. That's enough to move furniture, haul camping gear, or transport whatever side hustle you're running. Parts availability is excellent because of the shared components with the Corolla. Brake pads, filters, sensors, everything costs the same as the sedan. Insurance companies also rate it favorably since it's not classified as an SUV. On the used market, you'll find clean examples between $6,000 and $9,000. That's slightly more than a comparable Corolla, but the added versatility justifies the premium. Many owners report these vehicles easily crossing 300,000 miles, and the hatchback design means less trunk leak issues compared to sedans. Number 6, 2001 to 2007 Toyota Highlander. If you need 3 rows and actual reliability, the first and second generation Highlander is your answer. This is Toyota's mid-size SUV that doesn't get the attention of the 4Runner, but delivers the same legendary durability. The key is finding one with the 3.3-liter V6. This engine is a workhorse, smooth, powerful enough for highway merging, and known to easily exceed 300,000 miles. It uses a timing belt rather than a chain, which means you'll need to replace it every 90,000 miles. Budget around $800 for this service, but consider it cheap insurance for an engine that otherwise refuses to quit. What makes the Highlander special is how well it ages. The interior materials hold up remarkably well. The seats don't sag. The dashboard doesn't crack in the sun. The climate control keeps working. These are the details that separate Toyota from cheaper brands. Quality that lasts. Space is generous. The third row actually fits adults for short trips, and with it folded down, you've got enough cargo room for Costco runs, road trips, or moving a college student into their dorm. All-wheel drive models handle snow and light off-roading without issue. On the used market, expect to pay $5,000 to $8,000 depending on mileage and condition. That's not the cheapest on this list, but consider what you're getting. A 3-row SUV that'll run for another decade with basic maintenance. Compare that to a newer Nissan or Dodge SUV at the same price, and the value becomes obvious. Number 5, 2002 to 2006 Honda CR-V. The second generation CR-V is what happens when Honda takes the Civic's reliability and packages it in a compact SUV body. The result is one of the most dependable used vehicles you can buy. Under the hood sits a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine that shares DNA with the Accord. This power plant is known for lasting well beyond 250,000 miles with proper maintenance. Honda's real-time all-wheel drive system is equally durable, simple, mechanical, and proven over millions of miles. What makes this CR-V generation special is the lack of unnecessary complexity. There's no complicated electronics, no finicky transmission software, no turbos to fail, just straightforward engineering that prioritizes longevity over flashy features. The interior is cleverly designed. The rear seats fold completely flat, creating a cargo floor perfect for camping or hauling. The famous CR-V picnic table actually folds out from the cargo area. Quirky but genuinely useful, visibility is excellent thanks to large windows and thin pillars, making parking and lane changes easier than modern SUVs with their thick blind spots. Common issues are minimal. Some models experience minor AC compressor failures around 150,000 miles, but replacement costs are reasonable. The suspension components are tough, though ball joints and tie rods will need replacement around 100,000 miles. Standard wear items on any vehicle. On the used market, clean examples run between $5,000 and $8,000. Many have already crossed 200,000 miles and still have plenty of life left. Find one with maintenance records and you're looking at years of dependable transportation. Number 4, 2004 to 2008 Toyota Camry. The mid-2000s Camry represents Toyota at its most focused on reliability. This generation was engineered during Toyota's peak reputation years, and it shows in every component. The 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine from this era is especially bulletproof. It's a simple, naturally aspirated design with a timing chain that lasts the life of the engine. Owners routinely report 300,000 plus miles on the original engine and transmission without internal work. Some taxi and delivery fleets have documented individual Camrys exceeding 500,000 miles. What separates the Camry from smaller cars is comfort and space. The rear seat actually has legroom. The trunk swallows luggage for a family vacation. The ride quality soaks up highway miles without fatigue. This is a car built for the American market, and it excels at long-distance cruising. Maintenance costs stay low because parts are abundant and competition keeps prices down. You'll find aftermarket components for half the cost of dealer parts, and they're often identical quality. Any mechanic can work on these. There's nothing exotic or complicated. The interior holds up remarkably well. The fabric seats resist wear, the dashboard doesn't develop cracks, and the climate control system keeps functioning long after lesser cars have failed. On the used market, you'll find examples ranging from $4,000 to $7,000. The lower end typically means higher mileage, but don't let 200,000 miles scare you off. These Camrys are just getting broken in at that point. Number 3, 2005 to 2015 Toyota Tacoma. Yes, we're putting a truck on a cheapest cars list. Here's why it makes sense. The Tacoma has a reputation for holding value better than almost any vehicle on the market, but older, higher mileage examples with the base 2.7-liter 4-cylinder engine can still be found between $8,000 and $12,000, especially two-wheel drive models that buyers overlook. That 2.7-liter engine is nearly indestructible. It's underpowered by modern standards, which ironically works in its favor. The engine isn't stressed, runs cool, and sips fuel. For a truck, owners regularly report 300,000 plus miles on the original powertrain. The 5-speed manual transmission paired with this engine is virtually unbreakable. What makes the Tacoma special is its versatility. Need to haul furniture? Done. Weekend camping trip? Throw gear in the bed. Side hustle requiring a truck? The Tacoma handles it without complaint. And unlike domestic trucks from this era, the Tacoma won't leave you stranded with transmission failures or engine problems. The frame rust issue on 2005 to 2011 models is well documented. Toyota even offered frame replacements under a recall program. If you're shopping for one, inspect the frame carefully or find a southern truck that's never seen road salt. Clean examples from Arizona, Texas, or California are worth the search. Maintenance is straightforward. Oil changes, brake pads, and the occasional ball joint replacement. Nothing exotic, parts are readily available, and the truck's simplicity means most repairs can be done in a driveway. Don't expect luxury. The interior is basic, the ride is firm, and highway noise is noticeable. But if you need a reliable workhorse that'll still be running when newer trucks are in junkyards, the Tacoma delivers. Number 2, 2005 to 2013 Toyota Corolla. The Corolla doesn't need an introduction, but this specific generation deserves its own spotlight. Between 2005 and 2013, Toyota refined the Corolla into what might be the most reliable mass-produced car ever built. The 9th and 10th generation Corollas use a 1.8-liter engine that's become legendary in automotive circles. No turbo, no direct injection, no CVT in most models, just a proven 4-speed or 5-speed automatic transmission that's nearly impossible to kill. This combination regularly crosses 300,000 miles without major repairs. What makes these Corollas special is their absolute refusal to break down. Mechanics joke that the only time they see these cars is for oil changes and tire rotations. Alternators last 200,000 miles. Water pumps go 150,000 miles. Even wear items like wheel bearings outlast the competition. The engineering philosophy is simple. Use proven components, avoid complexity, prioritize longevity over performance. The result is a car that's boring to drive but brilliant to own. No surprises. No unexpected repair bills. Just predictable, affordable transportation. Parts are ridiculously cheap because of the sheer volume Toyota produced. Aftermarket competition is fierce, which keeps prices low. You can find complete brake job kits for under $100. Oil filters cost $3. Spark plugs last 100,000 miles and cost $8 to replace. On the used market, clean examples range from $5,000 to $9,000 depending on mileage and condition. Don't be afraid of higher mileage. 200,000 miles on a Corolla is like 100,000 on most other cars. Look for maintenance records and walk away from neglected examples, but a well-cared-for Corolla will easily give you another 100,000 trouble-free miles. Number 1, 1998 to 2002 Honda Accord. The 4th and 5th generation Accord takes the top spot, and here's why. It combines bulletproof reliability with a level of refinement that most budget cars can't match. These Accords were built during Honda's golden era of engineering. The 2.3-liter 4-cylinder engine, particularly the F23A1, is legendary for its durability. It's a non-interference design, which means even if the timing belt fails, the engine won't destroy itself. That's a built-in safety net most cars don't have. But what truly sets this Accord apart is how well it ages. Quarter panel rust is rare, the paint holds its shine, the interior materials resist wear better than competitors from the same era. Even today, a well-maintained example feels solid and refined, not like a 20-plus-year-old economy car. The automatic transmission in these models is Honda's 4-speed unit, which has proven far more reliable than the problematic 5-speed and 6-speed automatics that came later. Manual transmission models are virtually indestructible. Clutches regularly last 200,000 miles with proper driving technique. Owners report crossing 400,000 miles with only routine maintenance. The original alternator, starter, and AC compressor often survive the entire lifespan. When parts do fail, they're cheap and widely available. Any mechanic can work on these, and repair manuals are everywhere. On the used market, you'll find examples between $2,500 and $5,000. At that price point, you're getting a vehicle that could easily provide another decade of service.